Right now, we are just hours away from the start of the Iowa caucuses. We'll tell you what you can expect in this election year milestone.
And we'll share how what happens in Iowa could impact Wisconsin's primary come April.
Plus, we have a full recap plus post-game reaction from the players and coaches after Super Bowl 54 in Miami.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now this morning.
Well, for the first time in 50 years and only the second time ever, the Kansas City Chiefs are your Super Bowl champions this morning. They beat the San Francisco 49ers 31-20 in Miami last night. The Chiefs star quarterback and Super Bowl MVP Patrick Mahomes led Kansas City with three fourth-quarter touchdowns as the team's defense kept the 49ers scoreless for the last quarter. We'll hear from him and the Chiefs head coach just ahead.
And if you're waking up a little groggy this morning after yesterday's Super Bowl party, well, you're not alone. As it turns out, more than 17 million Americans won't be at work today thanks to what's called Super Bowl fever. I think Josh has a little bit of it. Are you thinking about taking a sick day today? We want to hear from you. Sound off over on our Facebook morning poll.
Yeah, I was one of those that stayed up way past my bedtime last night. I had to stay up and watch Shakira and J-Lo for the halftime show, and I'm glad I did. It was great.
I missed it. I have to admit, I almost called in sick so I could head home to Highland for the big party down there. The Drurys. Here's looking at you guys. I'm sure you had a great time. Did you stay up late?
A little bit later than normal. I saw halftime, and it was a great show.
Yes.
But the first half went pretty quickly. Maybe there weren't a lot of penalties or something, but halftime was over by like 7:30, so not bad.
Yeah, it was a great day overall with that sunshine, too. Right. It was just a super Sunday all over.
It really was. I wish we could go back. We don't often talk about that, but yesterday was a fantastic day. Wanted to show this picture. What happens when it gets into the 50s in February here in Wisconsin? Well, Nick starts prepping for his spring break trip, evidently. He's trying to get some rays there.
Only in Wisconsin, laying in the snow with a spotted cow right next to him.
You have to have the spotted cow.
Well, at least the snow prevents the drink from tipping over, so that's one good news. And if you squint, it kind of looks like a white sand beach instead of
there you go.
Bit of a stretch, but we'll take it.
We'll take it. Snow melting yesterday, not melting this morning. We are below the freezing point. It is colder. That was a one-day warm-up yesterday. It's not going to be as mild today. Take a look at your temperatures. We're still topping, though, in the mid to upper 30s later on this afternoon. Now look at your first alert traffic maps, and you will see that things have been pretty quiet so far, and that trend continues. Just the usual crowd showing up at Stoughton Road and the Beltline right now. No other issues, though, in and around Dane County. Coming up, we will talk about the potential for some freezing drizzle. So this is a look ahead to potential issues tomorrow morning. During the morning commute, it may be a little slippery with that freezing drizzle occurring overnight.
You know, I didn't see a lot of sunbathers yesterday, but I definitely did see a lot of shorts.
Shorts and lack of jackets. Right. It was just nice to get a little break.
Everyone was coming out. It was just
you have
a great day.
In early February. We'll take it. Thank you, Maddie.
You're welcome.
Right now, all eyes are on Iowa, just hours ahead of today's caucuses. Our political reporter Amy Reed is there listening to candidates and their supporters ahead of today's events.
If I go to the caucuses Monday night and my vote for Elizabeth Warren is superfluous, I may switch to Tom Steyer or Andrew Yang. Those are kind of my three that I'm considering.
Voters like Richard Ryland will crowd into gyms and essentially pick a corner for the candidate they want. But if not enough people are with them, they'll either switch candidates or leave. This means that only backing one candidate won't always be enough.
Voters really have to arrive at the caucus site thinking about who their first preference is, but then who they would go to if their candidate doesn't make the viability threshold. That's quite different than, say, the primary in Wisconsin or most other states, where voters simply go in, pick their preferred candidate, and walk away.
Wisconsin can learn from today's caucuses. Not only do they allow us to see how much support candidates can get, but we'll also see the demographics.
So what do the Iowa caucuses mean for folks back here in Wisconsin?
Here to take a closer look at that is our Keely Arthur this morning. Keely, good morning to you.
Good morning, Josh and Leah. They matter because they are first. This means Iowans have a lot of influence on the rest of the presidential nomination process. While it doesn't always indicate who will win the party's nomination, it does garner the winners a lot of attention from other candidates candidates and local and national news outlets. This will be the first time we see actual voters make actual decisions, and they are our state's neighbors. As we said, this doesn't determine any sort of outcome for who could win the Wisconsin primary, but people who don't do well in Iowa tend to lose momentum as they head into the New Hampshire primary, which is February 11th. Plus, all of these results do feed into what we will see come April 7th during the Wisconsin primary. And if it is still unclear who will become the presumptive nominee for the Democratic Party by the Wisconsin's primary election, that will be a huge deciding factor.
That's what happened with the Republicans here in 2016. It had come down to essentially Trump or Ted Cruz, and our state got a tremendous amount of attention from the campaigns there. And there was still a hard-fought battle between Sanders and Clinton here.
Another thing that connects Wisconsin to Iowa is agriculture. Iowa's a big ag state just like us, so we could get a taste of how ag issues play into this election season. Something also to note, the majority of the candidates running for the Democratic nomination will probably drop out by the time of the Wisconsin primary. Those candidates, though, will still be on the ballot because they're already will be printed, so you just need to be really careful for who you vote for, because if you vote for someone who is no longer running, your vote will not count.
All right, well, the race begins. I can't believe it's finally here.
I cannot believe it, and I'm sure it'll be a long road to November, but we'll be here in November in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, it really will be. All right, Keely Arthur, thank you.
See you, Keely. All right, Amy Reed will be in Iowa with coverage all day today on News 3 Now. Be sure to stick with us for the very latest developments from the Iowa caucuses. Voters
in Madison can absentee vote for the 2020 spring primary starting today. You can vote at any of the Madison Public Libraries and Madison College's Truax and South campuses. Then next week, those absentee voting locations will expand, including Edgewood College, Union South, and Memorial Union. For most people, the only race on the ballot will be for the primary for state Supreme Court. Wisconsin's spring primary is scheduled for February 18th. The state's presidential primary, as Keely mentioned, is in April.
There is still an active silver alert this morning for a man who's missing from the Wausau area. Robert Butler was last seen yesterday morning in Rib Lake. The Department of Justice says he has dementia and no cell phone, though he does have a wallet and keys with him. Butler said he was leaving for Florida. He's driving a 1999 Plymouth Voyager with Wisconsin license plates. He's around 6'2" and was wearing brown shoes along with a dark green and gray jacket with the name Clayton on it. You can contact the Taylor County Sheriff's Department if you have any information. Around the state this morning, police are investigating a fatal officer-involved shooting that happened at a mall in Wauwatosa. Officers there responded to the Mayfair Mall around 6 last night for a disturbance involving 10 people. That group started running, prompting a chase through the parking lot. Police say one of the men had a gun and was shot and killed by officers during the chase. The officers involved are on administrative leave this morning while the Milwaukee Police Department investigates per state protocol.
Milwaukee police are also investigating another shooting that killed a pregnant mother just about 6 miles away. Officers believe 33-year-old Annie Sandifer was an unintended target rather, of an early morning shooting on Saturday. Just after 2:30, Milwaukee police say a silver four-door car fired at least 5 rounds from the sunroof, hitting Sandifer, who was inside a party bus celebrating a family event. She was taken to the hospital but didn't survive. Hospital staff performed an emergency C-section and delivered her baby, who is stable this morning. Sandifer's family and community hope and pray she will get justice.
Everyone's going through a hard time right now, especially her husband. We just really want the person who did this to her to come forward.
I'm trying to get all my kids to move out of here because it's just not safe.
Her family says the baby weighed 5 pounds and will be named Lorenz. She survived by her 5 children and husband. Milwaukee police are still investigating this morning. If you know anything, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers.
A whistleblower from the FAA says they have new information related to a helicopter crash that killed a mother and daughter from Madison. The crash happened in Hawaii, killing all 7 on board. An FAA employee says he was prevented from inspecting that helicopter beforehand, telling investigators his bosses denied him travel to visit the helicopter agency twice. The claims are raising new questions about the safety and oversight of sightseeing helicopters.
Folks at the top need to take a good look at what's going on. When there's this much smoke, there's got to be fire underneath here somewhere.
That employee is also making similar claims about another deadly crash involving another Hawaiian chopper in April of last year. The FAA says it takes these new allegations very seriously and will cooperate in an investigation.
After years of broken bones, pulled muscles, and torn ACLs, local high schools are looking at making the switch to turf football fields. Staff at Lodi have been weighing the pros and cons of having a fake field for years. With homecoming games, soccer tournaments, and senior nights all being moved because the ground was either too soft or frozen rock hard. Wanakee, McFarland, and Middleton have already installed turf. The district has started accepting bids for that project and hopes to start installing the new turf this summer.
Kansas City played a good game. They were better than us today, and we can deal with that, but we're obviously pretty disappointed.
That right there is 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan sounding off on a fourth quarter comeback by the Chiefs that shut down San Francisco in Super Bowl 54. Game highlights and reaction from both teams is straight ahead.
Also ahead, the sun will be back today, but don't get too used to it. Hattie's telling us when the clouds are coming back to stay when News 3 Now This Morning continues.
Go to Amazon.com skills to enable Channel 3000 news briefs.
Hi, I'm Travis Ganser. Looking to update your bath, shower, or your entire bathroom? Ganser is the answer with Bath Creations by Ganser Company.
Schedule your free in-home consultation or visit our beautiful showroom on the Beltline.
A local family-owned business of 4 generations.
Disney on Ice invites you to dream big. Join Moana on her journey to believe in herself. Be inspired by Miguel's passion. Rediscover the power of love with Anna and Elsa and see how anything is possible when you explore your world. Disney on Ice presents Dream Big. Tickets start at $15. Playing at Alliant Energy Center this Thursday through Sunday. For tickets and show details, visit DisneyOnIce.com.
I became an orthopedic surgeon for a lot of reasons.
For a lot of reasons.
For a lot of reasons.
To help you take walks again.
To ease your pain.
To rebuild your strength. And at every step along the way,
we take the time to answer all your questions.
We're here because we care.
We care about you. You.
You.
They care about me.
Sauk Prairie Healthcare Orthopedics. Listening, healing, caring. It's in our nature.
One visit and you'll fall in love. A supper club you'll adore. 3 generations and a Wisconsin tradition for 75 years. The Del Bar since 1943. Wisconsin Dells.
Built for your next adventure, it's the 2020 Subaru Crosstrek Premium at Don Miller. With symmetrical all-wheel drive, the Crosstrek has vehicle dynamics control and EyeSight driver assist technology. Lease the Crosstrek Premium, $239 per month plus tax, 36 months, 10,000 miles per year, no security deposit, $1939 due at signing. Get all-wheel drive plus MPG. The 2020 Crosstrek Premium at Don Miller Subaru, West on Odana or East Side, High Crossing Boulevard, Madison.
Don Miller.
Hi, I'm Travis Ganser. Looking to update your bath, shower, or your entire bathroom? Ganser is the answer with Bath Creations by Ganser Company.
Schedule your free in-home consultation or visit our beautiful showroom on the Beltline.
A local family-owned business of 4 generations.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Good morning from the Hattie-O patio. Not terribly cold this morning, but not as mild as it was yesterday at this time. Yesterday was one for the record books, literally. We set a new record here in Madison, topping at 51 degrees, breaking the old record of 47, set back in 1987. Milwaukee crushed their old record. 49 was the old record. 56 was the high yesterday. Those mild temperatures and the sunshine really doing a number on the snowpack. You can definitely tell there is less snow here on the patio in the backyard. Probably in your house as well. Still have a little bit of snow on the ground across most of southern Wisconsin, but down to just a couple of inches snowpack. High temperature trend, though, is closer to normal as we head through the rest of the week. Now, today will be a little mild with highs in the upper 30s, but then we're back down into the 20s to around 30, which is really right about where we should be for early February. A look at Weather Track will show you that there are some high-level clouds moving through the area today. They'll filter the sunshine a little bit, but we still should see plenty of sunshine today. We have a big hole in the clouds that has developed across Iowa this morning, so some good sun is in our forecast. In fact, we can already start to see a little bit of it on our sky camera shot this morning. No issues with fog here in Madison. Skies are partly cloudy right now. Our sunrise just after 7 o'clock this morning. There is some fog, though, that has been developing, especially through the Wisconsin River Valley. Visibility is less than a mile. It's just dropped to around 0 in the Dells. So some areas with pretty thick fog to the north and west this morning. Be aware of that if you're traveling. Temperatures are definitely below the freezing point, so that fog could create some slippery spots on the roads in and around parts of Sauk County and Richland County this morning. We're at 25 right now in Madison. Winds are pretty light, so we don't have to worry about much of a wind chill today. Your future track forecast has temperatures climbing well into the 30s by lunchtime with some sunshine. As we go through the afternoon, partly sunny skies expected. Highs will be in the upper 30s, but it'll still be in the mid-30s when you head home from work. No issues weather-wise today. Now, there will be some clouds spreading into the area tonight, and then there is the potential for a little bit of freezing drizzle or a few flurries overnight. That could create some slippery spots early tomorrow morning. Your extended forecast has temperatures topping only in the 20s tomorrow. There will be a little bit of a wind chill as well. Highs will stay in the upper 20s through Wednesday and Thursday, with the potential for a little bit of light snow. We'll talk more about that storm system. That could bring some snow coming up in about half an hour. Here's a look, though, at your traffic report. We'll send it over to Stacy Kay for all the details. Good morning, Stacy.
Good morning. So far, looking good on the Beltline. Nothing to slow you down in either direction, but expect that to change in about an hour. Checking out other roads here in Dane County, just some brake lights at Stoughton Road approaching the Beltline. Volume is not an issue yet on East Washington and downtown. And other main routes heading into Madison, they're moving along at the posted speeds. No crashes or delays. With your First Alert Traffic, I'm Stacy Kay.
Stacy and Hattie, thank you both very much. Breaking right now, crews are at the intersection of East Washington Avenue and Milwaukee Street after getting reports of a car crashing into a building. Now, this happened just in the last 20 minutes. Dane County Dispatch says nobody was hurt, but police are on the scene. We also have a crew on the way to the scene, and we'll have updates as they become available this morning. 6:17 right now, taking a live look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens, Florida this morning. Just a few hours ago, the Kansas City Chiefs topped the San Francisco 49ers to win Super Bowl 54.
Pretty neat light show there this morning. This is the Chiefs' second Super Bowl win, their first in 50 years. Both teams were tied at halftime. The 49ers, though, were able to build a 20-10 lead in the third, but the Chiefs rallied, getting the go-ahead score with just under 3 minutes remaining. Though they trailed most of the game, there was never any doubt they could get a win for their city, their fans, and their teammates.
We knew it would be a close game, felt that way, and we knew there would be some challenges and that we'd have to battle through, and nobody lost their poise. They just kept rolling, so I was proud of everybody there.
It's this team. We have heart. I mean, that's just from day one. Coach pushes us to be the best people that we can be, and we never give up. And I think those guys around us, the leaders that we have on this team, they have that mindset that we never give up, and we're going to fight until the end.
So exciting. Mahomes, by the way, is the youngest player in NFL history to be named Super Bowl MVP. Meanwhile, the 49ers having a bit of a tough Monday today. They say it's hard to see a Super Bowl win slip through their fingers, especially after holding a double-digit lead in the final minutes.
Pretty brutal. Hard question. Yeah, I mean, just honestly sucks, and there's not really anything you can wrap your head around. You know, I feel like I wish I had another half to play. We don't. We didn't take advantage of our opportunities. You know, I can give you every cliche in the book. We just didn't get it done.
San Francisco led the yardage totals all game, but eventually did get outgained 397 to 351, with the Chiefs converting 4 of 6 on third downs.
Emotional highs and lows were had by both teams last night. When it was all said and done, there were tears of joy in Kansas City, but in San Francisco, a different kind of tear was shed.
Oh. Do you feel like talking about how the loss sits with you? Or?
I don't. I'm a little upset. This one, deep down inside, will hurt for a long time.
Oh, those poor 49ers fans.
Aww.
They're hurt by the loss. They say they won't give up on their team and plan to see them back in the Super Bowl next year.
I wonder how Packers fans are feeling about that loss.
Yeah, I don't know. Kind of interesting to see.
Indeed.
I know a lot of people were like hoping for San Francisco to win since we lost to them.
Since we lost to them, but also it feels kind of good to see for the 49ers lose.
I know. It's kind of like
a horse apiece.
Yep.
6:19 now. We can't talk about last night's big game without talking about that incredible halftime performance. We'll break it down with Shakira and J-Lo when our Super Bowl 54 coverage continues.
And Hattie's tracking a partly sunny morning as you head out the door. Look at that live look outside. That's how you want to start off the week. Hattie's got your bus stop forecast coming up on News 3 Now this morning.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobuson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobuson.com to apply.
What makes you one of a kind?
I can ride a unicycle. Acting's my passion. I love theater.
Time to embrace your uniqueness by taking the BU Pledge. A promise to celebrate yourself and your friends for being exactly who you are. Visit Channel 3000's Time for Kids page to sign the online pledge and enter to win cool giveaways. Come on and take the BU Pledge.
SSM Health and News 3 Now encourage you to take part in the BU movement.
It's a new day and a new year. Shout it out loud, sing with the crowd. Celebrate 'cause good things are coming. New opportunities are at the door. Yeah, it's a brand new day, and it's a brand new year. Hey, hey, hey.
Goldman Cars is starting the new year with a bang. Buy a 2018 new body style Chevy Equinox for only $14,995 or $239 per month, all with factory warranty.
That's right. For the new year, Goldman Cars is selling 2018 new body style Chevy Equinoxes for $14,995 or $239 per month.
So come in today and get your 2018 Chevy Equinox for only $14,995 or $239 per month.
Go to Goldman Cars East or West.
You gotta go to Goldman, GoldmanCars.com.
Let's go! Happy New Year. It's 2020. Make a plan, an unlimited plan. At U.S. Cellular, our unlimited plans start at just $30. $30 for all you can post, stream, and share on our super strong, super fast network. You can even call your mom.
Hey, Mom, what's up?
So why wait? Stop paying more with the other guys and start saving with U.S. Cellular. Just $30 a month. It's the unlimited plan of your future. U.S. Cellular. Choose fair.
Wow, you ready?
Yeah, let me just grab my wallet.
Uh-oh, I've seen this before. Wallet way too big, skinny jeans too skinny.
I'll just carry it.
Before you break something, you should know you don't actually need a wallet. With BMO Harris, you can just take cash out with your phone. Or if you need to, you can pay them with Zelle. That works? Yeah. You're stuck, aren't you? Smile. Woo! Those jeans are way too tight.
That feeling you get when no wallet is no big deal. That's the BMO effect.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
After we backed that bus out of its stall and started driving, I just loved it. We really get a chance to get to know each other. Almost everyone has a different story about how they came to bus driving, so you really end up feeling like you're part of a family.
Visit Cobuson.com to apply.
Welcome back, 6:23. You're waking up to a little bit of a different story from yesterday. Cooler today.
Yeah, it certainly is. Yesterday was beautiful, but it was just kind of a one-day anomaly for us here in southern Wisconsin. So hope you had a chance to enjoy it. It's definitely not as warm today. In fact, we're talking temperatures that are about 15 degrees colder this morning than they were this time yesterday. So remind the kids, it still is February, so we're talking winter conditions. You'll need your jacket today. 25 here in Madison this morning, 22 in the Dells, still 32 in Mineral Point and 30 in Monroe. Now these are the current temperatures. No wind chill really to report this morning, so your bus stop weather forecast is looking like this. Still a chilly day today. We're talking high temperatures right around 37 degrees, but note it will be quite a bit colder than it was yesterday, so dress appropriately today. Have a wonderful day.
All right, Hattie, thank you. We have an update this morning on the ongoing coronavirus outbreak, as there are now reports of the first person outside of China to die die from the virus. This happened in the Philippines. With that one death from the Philippines and another 56 from China over the weekend, the death toll for the virus now stands at 361 and 17,000 reported cases. Doctors in Thailand say they have successfully treated 2 patients with a combination of antiviral drugs. However, hospitals in Beijing using the same drugs say they are not sure if that treatment will be successful.
Those new numbers come as the TSA is sending out new guidelines to U.S. airlines to help prevent further spread of the coronavirus. Airlines are now required to ask all passengers boarding flights from outside the U.S. if they've been to mainland China within the last 2 weeks. Chinese nationals coming from China and connecting through foreign airports will not be allowed to travel.
11 cases of the coronavirus are now confirmed in the U.S. this morning. One of those news cases is the second instance of a person-to-person transmission. That case is right here, just south of San Francisco in Santa Clara County, California. This map from Johns Hopkins University shows us where all reported cases of the coronavirus are located. Right now, most cases in the U.S. are on the West Coast, with others in Seattle, Boston, and 2 cases in Chicago.
A student at Arizona State University is pushing to have classes canceled there with someone at the school infected with coronavirus. Right now, the petition is just short of its goal for 25,000 signatures. It's unclear if that person is a student or a staff member. The Arizona Department of Health says the person is a member of the ASU community, but that they don't live in university housing. ASU says they are providing masks for students and information on a designated web page. 6:25 now. Still ahead, we're telling you what's next for the Senate impeachment trial after the announcement that there will be no witnesses.
Plus, the Iowa caucuses are today. Why experts say voters in Wisconsin should care about the results. That's when News 3 Now This Morning returns.
If you want your company vehicle noticed, wrap it right with vehicle graphics and wraps from Monarch Media Designs. We are a 3M certified graphics installation company, which means you're getting the best installers, the best materials, the best vehicle wraps. Monarch Media Designs. To see how your business can get noticed, visit our online gallery at monarchworld.com.
Dear Cabin Fever, we've got the cure for your woes. Because when winter advises you to stay inside with tea and blankets, our available all-wheel drive says come out and play. Head for thrills in the hills and take the rugged road less traveled. Trust us, you'll feel better in no time. Doctor's orders, Toyota SUVs.
Right now, you can get $1,000 TFS cash when you finance a new 2020 RAV4. Find yours at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
The Culligan high-efficiency water softener is the world's best. It's backed by the industry's strongest warranty and serviced by the world's largest local dealer network. Click or call Culligan Water and start saving today.
He's thinking recliner, you're thinking sofa. It's okay. Everyone wins at the President's Sale at Slumberland Furniture. 25% off unadvertised items and sale items marked down even more. This sofa for just $398. This bed just $298 with base. This Sealy Posturepedic mattress for only $394. And did you know you get free shipping with no minimum? And most items can be in your home in a week. Plus pay no interest for 4 years. The President's Sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Our retirement plan with Voya gives us confidence.
So we can spend a bit today knowing we're prepared for tomorrow.
Wow. Do you think you overdid it, maybe?
Overdid what?
Well planned, well invested, well protected.
Voya. Be confident to and through retirement. The windows on our homes. We probably don't give them much thought. They're just there, doing what windows do. It's true, they add character and personality. They connect the inside to the outside, and the other way around. But they're also there to do much more. They're there to frame a smile. They provide the perfect light for the perfect moment. They help protect us and the ones we love.
You were always the responsible one, so much like me, always taking care of everyone else. But this wasn't your responsibility. I already took care of the arrangements. The Ryans made it so easy. I didn't want you to worry about a thing. It's my last gift to you, my lovely daughter.
From From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, folks, and thanks for staying with us on this Monday, February 3rd. I'm Leah Lynchide.
And I'm Josh Breiter. Meteorologist Hattie McLean is here, and I feel like I'm like Vanna White right now because look at this shot.
One, we have sunshine, and we can see it.
We can see it.
No clouds.
Oh, it's been so long.
It's time.
It certainly is. So we have one more day of sunshine.
Oh, that's incredible.
Our forecast for today calls for temperatures that will be a little bit colder than yesterday. Your first alert weather shows you the live look from the WIC-TV sky camera. Sunshine after 7 o'clock still, but at least we can see some daylight early this morning. Here's a look at your scrape alerts. Keep in mind you'll have to plan a couple of extra minutes to clear the windshield this morning. We do have some frost on the cars here at the station. Temperatures are definitely below freezing in most spots. 25 here in Madison, down to 22 in the Dells. In Janesville, you're at 28 degrees. Temperatures will climb to highs right around 37 today with a light northeasterly wind. Now, here's a look at our traffic report early this morning. Your first alert traffic maps showing you that it is starting to get a little busier on the Beltline at Stoughton Road. No major delays to tell you about right now. You're still going at posted speeds in all those major routes into the city. Coming up in just about 15 minutes, we will talk about a potential storm for the middle of the week that does bring a chance for some snow here to southern Wisconsin.
All right, Hattie, thank you. This morning, all eyes are on Iowa, just hours ahead of today's caucuses. News 3 Now political reporter Amy Reed is there with a preview of today's events.
Well, watch out, Super Bowl. The Iowa caucuses truly are a spectator sport, and candidates spent Sunday polling football fans from their houses to get them excited to get right back out for caucus time tonight.
I know people describe me as a rich person, and that's not at all how I think about myself.
From the charm of a small brewery in Coralville to the roar from a middle school gym in Des Moines. The world and their representatives are watching Iowa try and keep away a University of Wisconsin political science professor.
We're at a point in the campaign where it's still possible to get access to the candidates, where they are willing to take questions from voters and really interact with people on the ground directly.
This weekend, he's toured multiple candidates' events. Sunday, he absorbed what he can from Tom Steyer, and so are voters who are weighing their options.
If I go to the caucuses Monday night and my vote for Elizabeth Warren is superfluous, I may switch to Tom Steyer or Andrew Yang. Those are kind of my three that I'm considering.
You see, this process is unique. Tonight, voters will crowd in very similar gyms and essentially pick a corner for who they want. If not enough people are with them, they either switch candidates or leave. So knowing one is not enough.
Voters really have to arrive at the caucus site thinking about who their first preference is, but then who they would go to if their candidate doesn't make the viability threshold. That's quite different than, say, the primary in Wisconsin or most other states, where voters simply go in, pick their preferred candidate, and walk away.
Candidates are taking advantage of the need to know, especially those also serving as senators, hoping to make up on-the-ground in Iowa time this weekend while they get a break from the impeachment proceedings in Washington. And while some candidates were quick to bring up their potential rival for the general this fall, voters are watching their stances on issues across the board.
Iowa and New Hampshire really provide opportunities to get close to the action and to feel as though politics matters and that politicians are listening to you, because here they are in face-to-face meetings in breweries and gymnasiums and church basements, wherever you might find them.
Wisconsin can still learn lessons here. Not only do we get to see how much support these candidates really can get, we get to see demographics, who young people are getting behind, who rural population support. And that whole thing about having multiple candidates in mind, well, by the time the race gets to Wisconsin in April, your top choice might not be around. You might have to take a page out of your neighbor's book. Reporting in Des Moines, Amy Reed, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Amy. So what do the Iowa caucuses mean for folks back here in Wisconsin?
Taking a closer look for us this morning is our Keely Arthur. Keely, good morning to you.
Good morning, Josh and Leah. So these matter because they are first. This means Iowans have a lot of influence on the rest of the presidential nomination process. While it doesn't always indicate who will win the party's nomination, it does garner the winners a lot of attention from other candidates and a lot of local and national news attention. This will be the first time we see actual voters make actual decisions and they are our state's neighbors. As we said, this doesn't determine any sort of outcome for who could win the Wisconsin primary, but people who don't do well in Iowa tend to lose momentum as they head into the New Hampshire primary, which is February 11th, and all of these results do feed into what we will see come April 7th during the Wisconsin primary. If it is still unclear who will become the presumptive nominee for the Democratic Party by then, Wisconsin's primary election will be a huge deciding factor.
It's entirely possible the race will be wrapped up before it comes to us. I'd be really surprised if the field is not down to just 2 leading contenders, but it could be down to 1 presumptive nominee.
You'll remember back in 2016, Wisconsin's primary was a hot topic because Ted Cruz and Donald Trump were both still duking it out for the Republican nomination. Of course, Leah and Josh, you'll remember this because I'm sure you were covering, and I know, Leah, you were covering Ted Cruz.
I was, yeah.
He won, right? And he won Wisconsin's primary, obviously did not win the nomination, did not win the presidential election. So nothing is set in stone really until November.
Plenty of time for things to change.
Yes.
All right, Keely Arthur, thank you very much.
Amy Reed will be in Iowa with coverage all day today on News 3 Now. Be sure to stick with us for the latest developments, both on air and online from the caucuses.
All right, an update now. The president's impeachment trial will wrap up this week with closing arguments from the Democrats scheduled for today. Meanwhile, President Trump is looking beyond impeachment. In a pre-Super Bowl interview with Fox News host Sean Hannity, the president was asked if he can still work with Democrats in Congress after impeachment.
Well, I'd like to, but it's pretty hard when you think about it. But they don't care about fairness. They don't care about lying. So I'm not sure that they can do it, to be honest. I think they just want to win, and it doesn't matter how they win.
The president will give his State of the Union address tomorrow, just 1 day before the Senate is expected to acquit him along party lines. All right, coming up in the morning sprint today, we are hearing from the family of a pregnant Milwaukee woman who was killed in a weekend shooting.
And after the break, we're looking at this year's Super Bowl halftime show and the message J-Lo and Shakira hope to bring to football fans. Keep watching News 3 Now this morning.
Trained to fix jets at the Aviation Institute of Maintenance.
If you want to work with your hands, it's a perfect place for you.
Ames is doing a great job of giving the basic system knowledge.
The job opportunity is there, the money is there.
We give you the groundwork, the cornerstones, if you will.
I'm very impressed with the AIM curriculum. The school's keeping pace with the demands of the industry.
The potential for growth is astounding.
Call 800-773-4174.
You've pondered and pinned your wedding ideas? Now put them into place with Event Essentials. Our professional event staff can guide you through expert design with our high-quality, on-trend rentals. Plan your perfect wedding with Event Essentials. We supply everything but the guests.
I love to equal the playing field. I love to help people and allow them to feel like they are powerful instead of powerless. We're with our clients every step of the way.
Gingras, Thompson, and Walks.
I've always had jobs centered on helping people, but now with a nursing degree from Herzing University, I've made it a career.
Having a job was one thing, but having a career, to me, that meant something completely different. With a little hard work and a degree from Herzing University, anything is possible.
I'm possible at Herzing.
When being sick isn't as bad as not knowing why you're sick.
When questions lead to confusion.
And angst and anxiety. When it feels like there's a tiger chasing you into the darkness.
And all you want is a little light.
A little hope.
This is when you need the best of the best. Doctors who don't just perform cutting-edge procedures and treatments. Doctors who invent them. UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
School bus drivers are an important part of each student's day, whether you're driving daily routes, field trips, or after-school sports and activities.
The people who drive with Lamers Bus Lines are your neighbors, friends, and family.
Their parents, grandparents,
veterans,
and people in your community who care.
Join the Lamers Bus Lines family and enjoy high hourly wages, flexible schedules, and complete paid training. Apply in person or online at golamers.com/employment.
This election season, politicians are targeting Wisconsin, making promises and claims to capture your vote. but you deserve the truth. Only Reality Check gives you the tools you need to make informed choices. I'm News 3 Now political reporter Amy Reed. I'm breaking down political ads, explaining whose money is behind them and separating truth from misinformation. Get the facts with Reality Check, only on News 3 Now.
Get it, J-Lo and Shakira. They were performing at last night's Super Bowl halftime show, of course. The two singers used their performance as an opportunity to celebrate their musical careers and make a cultural statement, celebrating their Latina heritage.
Giving me goosebumps.
A little Bruce Springsteen action there.
Beautiful.
That's J-Lo's daughter, Emmy, who is joining the two singers on the stage. Lopez displayed a cape with both the Puerto Rican and American flags during the performance. Other songs on the set list included Hips Don't Lie and She Wolf by Shakira and Jenny from The Block.
Whew, that'll wake you up. So if you're like me and only watch the Super Bowl for the super commercials, there were a handful last night that got a lot of buzz online. That includes a tearjerker from Google with an elderly man reflecting on memories of his wife with the help of Google reminders.
One of my favorites was the one with ties to Madison, telling the story of a golden retriever named Scout who was treated for cancer at UW-Madison. Some good news also came out of the ad, as UW says it's led to donations to the School of Veterinary Medicine from across the globe.
Who wouldn't donate in honor of that golden guy? All right, another one getting good reviews this morning, the Rocket Mortgage ad featuring Jason Momoa. That one had the heartthrob talking about how you can relax and be yourself at home before showing his real self, taking off his muscles and his long hair.
Oh, that's what I feel like when I have to take the makeup off after this show.
I know, we're not as pretty. Spoiler alert. All right, whether you were watching for the ads or the athletics, the Monday after Super Bowl can be kind of a tough one for lots of us.
Yeah, according to a survey from the Workforce Institute, 17.5 million Americans will miss work today. They call it Super Bowl fever. That survey shows around 11 million workers have scheduled ahead to not go in today, but nearly 5 million Americans are channeling their inner Ferris Bueller and taking the day off without prior approval. Ooh. Another 3 million will show up late today, and 6 million are checking out early. And they say it's not just the employees, bosses are also tweaking their hours today.
Now, you're feeling a little tired because you stayed up late to catch it, right?
I did stay up late, but I mean, I'm still here. I feel like you can still go to work. It's fine, people.
That's true. Come on, folks. Well, we want you to sound off, too. We're wondering this morning if you're calling out with Super Bowl fever today.
Look at that. Right now, 11% of you say yes, you need a day off today, while the other 89% say you're powering through and going to work. I feel like some people are lying because I think there's going to be a lot more people calling in today.
Oh, for sure. 11% of you. Nobody wants to admit it on Facebook.
I know, like, one of the other debates is always like, should we have the day off after the Super Bowl? And I'm like, you know what? It's just another day. Go to work.
A national holiday sounds great to me. Add it on.
All right, while you're on Facebook this morning, send us a photo of your morning.
Take a look at this one that Dick sent in. This is a picture of his friend's cabin outside of the Wisconsin Dells. And I said earlier, this has got me moving out of Madison and up to the Dells. It's stunning.
That sounds like a perfect weekend out there, just such a quaint place.
Thanks for sharing, Dick. What does your morning look like? Take a picture, post it on our Facebook or on our Twitter. Make sure you use that hashtag so Josh and I can find and share our favorites.
All right, 6:42 is your time this morning. So we are going to have some more sunshine for your Monday, but we do have some freezing drizzle and a slight chance for flurries moving into the forecast later today, but a beautiful shot at the Capitol there this morning with some partly sunny skies to start off your work week.
But first, if you have a little kid turning 3 soon, let us know so we can show their picture on TV. Thanks for watching News 3 Now this morning.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Join us for the Polar Plunge and give more than 10,000 Special Olympics Wisconsin athletes the chance to shine. You'll have a blast when you take the splash. Be freezing for a reason. Visit plungewi.org to register today.
Get more help with your laundry at the Laundry Cleanup Sale now at the Brothers Maine. Save time and money with the latest in laundry from Whirlpool, Maytag, and Amana. Maine means more with free delivery on washer-dryer pairs and our risk-free 30-day price and satisfaction guarantee, so you'll be 100% confident with your purchase. That's why we're the More Store. It's the Laundry Cleanup Sale with more selection, more savings, and more help with your laundry. Only at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Winter in
Wisconsin means snow, blustering winds, and sub-zero temperatures. Will your insulation keep your home warm? Frank Construction can always help. We're your roofing and insulation pros. We'll find cracks and air pathways in your insulation that are letting in the icy cold and hindering your comfort. With our thermal imaging and cutting-edge insulation techniques, you'll be sure that your home will be warm and energy efficient for many years to come. Visit frankconstruction.com today and prepare your home for the long winter.
Okay, in my Johnsonville commercial, they opened on a game show set in the 70s. Today we got Johnsonville smoked sausage made with 100% premium pork. Some brands mix meats and add fillers, but not Johnsonville. Contestant number 1 bids the closest, so he wins a boat. And he says, I don't want that boat, I want the sausage. What if I told you that boat is filled with Johnsonville smoked sausage? And that's a smoked sausage commercial made the Johnsonville way.
The number of uninsured Americans rising. The cost of prescription drugs rising. The threat to people with pre-existing conditions rising. The good news? So is support for the one candidate who'll do something about it. As mayor, Mike Bloomberg helped expand coverage for 700,000 people, including hundreds of thousands of kids. As president, he'll lower drug costs and ensure everyone without coverage can get it. That's a promise. And unlike him, Mike actually keeps his.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
Join us for the Polar Plunge and give more than 10,000 Special Olympics Wisconsin athletes the chance to shine. You'll have a blast when you take the splash. Be freezing for a reason. Visit plungewi.org to register today.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
An update to breaking news right now. Crews are at the intersection of East Washington Avenue and Milwaukee Street after a car crashed into a building. You can see the car right there. Now, it happened earlier this hour. Right now, we're told that there are no injuries. We will have more updates on channel3000.com.
All right. It is 6:45. Time to turn it over to Hattie McClain.
Good morning, guys. We have a pretty nice start this morning. We're already looking at some sunshine. Take a live look behind me. You can see the Capitol in the distance. Skies are mostly clear here in Madison. Just some high-level clouds across the area, and that'll be the case through the day today. Take a look at your weather track map. You can see those high-level clouds shifting north and east. Clear skies off to the south and west already this morning. So another day with sunshine. We'll get 2 in a row before the clouds return later tonight. Temperatures are colder than they were yesterday at this time, though. We're down in the 20s in most spots. An exception, though, would be Mineral Point. Still 32 degrees there, but almost 10 degrees colder in the Dells with 23. We're at 25 here in Madison. Your Metro Futurecast today calls for partly sunny skies. Not as warm as it was yesterday. Yesterday's highs in the 50s were a treat. Today we'll be at 37, which is still a little bit above normal for this time of the year. Now, coming up this week, we are watching the potential for a storm system to impact the area Wednesday and Thursday. This is a coast-to-coast storm. It has already generated widespread winter storm warnings, winter weather advisories through much of Colorado, into parts of Nebraska, even far southwestern Iowa. As that storm tracks across the country, it will bring a mess of precipitation in the form of snow, mix, and rain, depending on where you are. Now, this morning, high pressure is in control of our weather here, so nothing happening in the near term, that is precipitation-wise, but this next storm system in northern Colorado will track to the south and then eventually lift to the north and east through the Ohio River Valley as we go through the middle of the week. Now, this current track of the storm is likely going to be a little bit too far south for us to see really any heavy precipitation. Take a look at the future track forecast model starting on Wednesday morning. Here we'll stop at 6:30 Wednesday afternoon or evening. You can see that snow line getting up to around Chicago. Rain, though, further to the south. Now, if this storm shifts track any, that may bring some better chances for snow here in southern Wisconsin. But right now, looks like the bulk of the precipitation from this particular system will stay to our south and east. east. Here's a look at potential accumulations. Again, there could be a band of some heavier snow setting up somewhere across Illinois. Again, still a couple of days away, so we will watch the track of that storm. Your extended forecast has temperatures that will cool down a little bit. Now, tonight there is a potential for a little bit of freezing drizzle overnight. Temperatures will drop into the mid-20s. We're topping only in the 20s then through the middle of the week. We do have that chance for some light snow Wednesday night into Thursday. Temperatures get back into the 30s as we head into the upcoming weekend. Nice to see at least a few breaks in the clouds, though, here and there, so we get a better chance at some sunshine. Oh, here's Sawyer.
Honey.
What cute coloring on that kitty. 37 degrees. I doubt Sawyer's going to be outside today.
Look at those whiskers.
He's definitely paying attention to something.
All right, thank you, Addie.
You're welcome.
Stay with us for the morning sprint up next.
Habitat for Humanity of Dane County helps hardworking families get a hand up into stable housing. Habitat homeowners put in sweat equity and often have multiple jobs to pay the low-interest mortgage on their home. Strengthen our community. Support Habitat Dane County.
Spend more time on your health, not your drive to the gym. Anytime Fitness has 40 area locations, so they're close to home and work. Get more strength training, more cardio, and more coaching at Anytime Fitness. Join by February 14th and get the month free.
If your gums bleed when you brush, you may have gingivitis, and the clock could be ticking towards bad breath, receding gums, and possibly tooth loss. Help turn back the clock on gingivitis with Parodontax. Leave bleeding gums behind. Parodontax.
April 18th is National Piñata Day, but you don't need to put on a blindfold and hit a papier-mâché unicorn to get stuff you want. Just become an AARP member. Your AARP membership comes with access to more of what you want, like learning about the latest tech, health tips, nights out at local restaurants, help planning your getaways, and more. So take off the blindfold and join today, because, you know, it's easier without the blindfold. There's lots of stuff in there, and today could be your day to explore it. Learn more at aarp.org/more.
If you ever find yourself in a negotiation, one that involves you or your family being injured, you'll want a good law firm on your side. One who will not blink. No matter the size of the case, you want an advocate, totally prepared, impossible to rattle. Someone who has recovered more million-dollar results for their clients than any other law firm in Wisconsin. It's not about bluffing. It's about fighting and winning. Since 1930, Habish & Rotier, we fight for what's right.
When we say every Culver's Butterburger is cooked to order, here's what we mean.
Could I get a Butterburger?
The Culver's Deluxe, please.
Ketchup, mustard, pickle, and onion?
Craig Culver, I'm going to cook for you. Follow me.
I would love
Come on in. Fresh beef.
It looks great.
And we're looking for that nice sear, just like we got right here. That's where that great steak flavor comes from.
Totally fresh, made to order, the way you want it.
Searing it to perfection is really cool to see that.
Welcome to Delicious.
The race to the White House begins with the Iowa caucuses, and News 3 Now is there. Political reporter Amy Reed covers every angle with live reports today. Stay informed with the area's most in-depth election coverage, only on News 3 Now.
He's the first sitting vice president to visit inside the Capitol.
Parents should decide where their kids go to school.
Dozens of protesters.
For more local stories that impact your life, News 3 Now.
We make the best better, especially your wedding. MadisonClub.org.
6:51, time for the morning sprint with all the news you need to know before you go.
We start with the winners of Super Bowl 54. Kansas City is still celebrating this morning after that fourth quarter rally to take the game. It's the Chiefs' first title in 50 years, their second overall. Both teams were tied at halftime. The 49ers were able to build a 20-10 lead in the third, but the Chiefs rallied, getting the go-ahead score with just under 3 minutes remaining.
And we are starting the day with some sunshine. Here's a live look from the Queen Bee Radio Skycam in Platteville. Mostly clear skies there. There is some patchy fog across parts of southern Wisconsin. Quarter-mile visibility in the Dells. Through the Wisconsin River Valley, there is some fog. Elsewhere, it's not a widespread issue. Temperatures today won't be quite as warm as yesterday, but still not bad. We're topping at 37 later on this afternoon.
Hattie, thank you. All eyes are on Iowa today ahead of the caucuses. Voters will crowd into gyms and essentially pick a corner for the candidate they want. But if not enough people are with them, they'll either switch candidates or leave. This means that only backing one candidate won't always be enough.
And the Iowa caucus could impact you here in Wisconsin. Here's how. People who don't do well in Iowa tend to lose momentum as they head into the New Hampshire primary, which is February 11th, and then subsequent primaries. All of these results do feed into what we will see here come April 7th during the Wisconsin primary. If by then it is still unclear who will become the presumptive nominee for the Democratic Party, Wisconsin's primary election could be a huge deciding factor.
Thank you, Keely. Voters in Wisconsin can absentee vote for the 2020 spring primary starting today. You can vote at Madison Public Library and Madison College's Truex and South campuses. Then next week, absentee voting locations will expand to include Edgewood College, Union South, and Memorial Union. Wisconsin's spring primary is scheduled for February 18th. The state's presidential primary, however, is in April.
There's still an active silver alert this morning for a man from the Wausau area. Robert Butler was last seen yesterday morning in Rib Lake. Authorities say he has dementia and no cell phone. Butler said he was leaving for Florida, driving a 1999 Plymouth Voyager with a Wisconsin license plate. You can contact the Taylor County Sheriff's Department if you have any information. Police are investigating a fatal officer-involved shooting that happened at the Mayfair Mall in Wauwatosa. Police responded to a disturbance involving about 10 people. They say one of those men had a gun and was shot and killed by officers during a chase. The officers are involved or on administrative leave this morning while the Milwaukee Police Department investigates.
I'm trying to get all my kids to move out of here because it's just not safe.
Milwaukee police also investigating a shooting that killed a pregnant mother. Officers say 33-year-old Annie Sandifer was the unintended target of an early morning shooting on Saturday. A silver four-door car fired at least 5 rounds from the sunroof, hitting Sandifer inside a party bus in traffic. Hospital staff were able to perform an emergency C-section and delivered her baby, who is stable this morning.
A whistleblower from the FAA says they have new information related to the helicopter crash that killed 7 people, including a mom and daughter from Madison. An FAA employee says he was prevented from inspecting the helicopter beforehand, telling Senate investigators that his bosses denied him travel to visit the helicopter agency twice. The FAA says it takes allegations very seriously and will fully cooperate in the investigation.
The president's impeachment trial will wrap up this week with closing arguments from the Democrats scheduled for today. In a pre-Super Bowl interview with Fox News host Sean Hannity, the president says Democrats probably won't be able to work with him after impeachment. The president will give his State of the Union address tomorrow, just one day before the Senate is expected to acquit him along party lines.
6 countries are now included in the president's list of nations facing travel restrictions. The move bans all immigrants from Nigeria, Africa's most populous nation, and from Myanmar, where they're Muslim minorities fleeing genocide. Additionally, Tanzania and Sudan citizens won't be able to apply for the green card lottery.
This morning, China is criticizing the U.S.'s response to the spreading coronavirus. This comes as TSA is sending out new rules to U.S. airlines to help prevent further spread of the virus. Airlines are now required to ask all passengers boarding flights from outside the U.S. if they've been to mainland China within the last 2 weeks. Chinese nationals coming from China and connecting through foreign airports will also not be allowed to travel.
There are now reports of the first person outside of China to die from coronavirus in the Philippines, with that 1 death and another 56 from China over the weekend. The death toll from the virus now stands at 361. 17,000 cases have been reported. Doctors in Thailand say they may have successfully treated 2 patients with the combination of antiviral drugs. However, hospitals in Beijing are skeptical.
All right, 6:56. Let's turn it over to Stacey K with a look at your first alert traffic. Hi, Stacey.
Hi, picking up now on the westbound Beltline between Stoughton Road and Monona Drive. Inbound John Nolan getting busier now at the Rimrock and North Shore Drive intersections. Now, a car crashed into a building at East Washington and Milwaukee Street, but it doesn't seem to be causing an issue with traffic at all. Just be aware of it as you drive in that area. Other main routes heading into Madison, moving along at the posted speeds. No crashes or delays. With your first alert traffic, I'm Stacey K.
Thank you, Stacey. We're waking up to a beautiful sunrise across southern Wisconsin. Here's the view from the Edgewater Skycam early this morning. Mostly clear skies right now here in Madison. Day planner temperatures will take us into the upper 30s later on this afternoon, and it looks like that sunshine is going to stick around through the day. We do have a chance for a little bit of freezing drizzle overnight tonight, so keep that in mind as you plan your Tuesday morning.
All right, thank you, Hattie.
And thank you for joining us. Enjoy that sunshine, everyone, and make it a great day.